Okay, so good morning, guys. So welcome to this training video. This is the Ohio campaign. We're just about to see Barbara in action, taking calls and working on Xencall. Okay, so Barbara, can you do it, please? Share the screen and let us know how do you do that magic there in Ohio?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Everyone can see what I have on the screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna be taking calls. You won't hear the prospect, but at least you will hear what I'm saying. So I'll try to um, answer whatever question you might have if you had any. Okay, so let me change right here.
Yeah, so the first thing, guys, especially Silvana, first thing to do is place yourself in ready mode. Notice that there is like a drop down menu that she use it, and then ready mode is the one that is gonna tell the system to give you calls. Okay, so,
Okay.
and now she's adjusting the phone settings. Can you tell him about the phone settings?
Yes, this is for the speaker. If you cannot hear the person really good, and this is the ring device whenever you have an incoming call. So as far as the highest is the highest volume and the lowest level. Okay, so it's good to keep it here, but just in case you can just adjust it to a little bit more in case you cannot hear the prospect.
Yeah, and the way to get that pop-up window is just from the range that is on the dial pad. You see that the little icon? You click in there and you just pop up that window. Okay. All right, so now she is. Let me see. This is she's waiting for the call. Like 1 minute,
Yes.
she's gonna get a call. So now, what is happening at this moment? She's been waiting 1 minute. So the auto dialer system same call is just dialing and dialing. Five in this case, five numbers at the time. So whoever answers first, she's gonna get the call. Same call is gonna give it to her. Okay. So that's what is happening right now at this moment.
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Yes, good morning. Is Mr. Toriano available? You speak Spanish? Yes? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you. So this person speaks Nepali, so we don't have any agent that speaks that. Um,
Nepali, I didn't even know that that is a language.
yeah, it's from Nepal. But let me see. In these cases, well, we can just place it as a round number because these people doesn't have any type of translators or anything, so you can just place like Nepali speaker and just place a round number.
Yeah, but hold on. Before you proceed
Yes.
to the call, you just tell us about this screen right here, the contact information. What is that? First
Oh,
name, last
yes.
name, phone one.
So as far as this one, you have the first name and the last name of the possible prospect. You have the phone number, the address, city, state, zip code, everything that you might need to know regards that prospect. Sorry. So in this case, it was a lady that answered the call. So this was a gentleman. You can say like, "Hey, is Mr. Toriano available? Can I speak with Mr. Durham?" Okay, you can use whatever, and the person will say like, "No, wrong number," or "No, he's not available. Can I take a message?" Okay, so it's important to always have this contact information and. Well, as far as the dispositions, you have the voicemail not available for when the people doesn't answer or the owner is not available and you don't know whenever he might be back. Do not call for the rude people or people that says remove me from the list. Wrong number for these type of situations or just wrong numbers. Callbacks for when you have to call back someone. In this case, we have a calendar. Okay, that you can use for week, day, or month, depending on whatever you might want. Not interested for the people that is not interested in selling, and interested in selling, of course, for the leads. Okay. So in this Xencall, you have the map view and the total view, which is two basic tools that we have. Is the Google Map, okay, for when you want to see the street view or the area. Okay, in this case, it's a house. So if you want to see the area, for example, you can see it right here, okay, on this pin. And for example, if someone says, which house did you buy nearby? You can say, oh, we bought a home between Avon Street and Lowell Avenue, but I don't have the exact address right now. Something like that. So that's a way to say like a rebuttal, okay, just in case someone asks you that. And as far as total view, is the tool that we use for the market value whenever you want to know how much the value is for this property, or if the property is listed with an agent. Okay, so in this case, you have the estimate right here, and you also have Zillow on this little link right here. Okay, and if you click on it, it will show you the Zillow.com website, which is a real estate website. In this case, this property doesn't have any silo available. So in these cases, what we do is we gather the property right here and look it up on Google. Okay. So this, remember that you always have to make sure that it says Ohio. Okay. So for example, this one is Minnesota and it's the same address. So you have to be aware of the zip code and everything that says Ohio. Okay. So in this case, Ohio, and you see it, okay? So it will tell you the market value and basic information regards the property, okay? Plus if the property has been listed with a realtor or not. So in this case, if someone says, you should know about the property. You must have that information. You can say, oh, yes, of course, it has three bedrooms and one bathroom, correct? I just wanted to confirm if you did anything else to the property, okay? So this is in order to build a rapport for the people to say, like, hey, this person knows about the property, okay? So I'm going to take another call if that's okay, Javier.
Yeah, sure, please. So
Okay,
remember,
so
guys, to this position the call, you have to double click on the button, because if you
yes.
click once, it's not gonna let it, it's not gonna disposition right. So double click, okay, really quick, like click, click.
And it will close. It will close everything that you can have anything right here. Hello. Hi, good morning. My name is Barbara. I was looking for Mr. Fred. I'm with an investor. And with an investor, we were calling in regards to the property in Chandler Avenue. Of course, thank you very much. So in this case, it was a really rude owner. See that I didn't start with the script because he was immediately answering like, "Who are you? What do you want?" right away. So in these cases, you can say, "Hello, my name is Barbara. I was looking for Mr. Strickland in regards to a property." And he just asked me like, "Who are you with? Why are you calling me? Who do you work for?" Things like that. Okay, so the best thing to do in these cases is just be calm, okay? Keep calm and just have the control of the call, okay? So in these cases, if someone answer really rude and insulting, you can just follow the call really quick. So in this case, the person just calmed down a little, but he said like, put me on the do not call list and don't call me ever again. In these cases, we just set up as do not call, and that's it. Okay, we don't have to do much about this prospect because they are really crazy people that doesn't want to sell at all. Okay, so just double click again. Remember, as I was saying before the call, you cannot have anything on the screen, okay, in order to receive calls, which means, for example, if you get an error, on Xencall that it only shows this blue line right here, okay? You won't take any calls. So it will seem like you don't have any profiles right here, just a line, but that will mean that the system will have a lead open even though you don't have any, okay? So you have to be aware of the profiles closing, okay? So double click and everything will close, okay, as it is right now. And it has to say background dialing. That's really important to avoid the wrap up time, okay?
Exactly. So now that says background dialing, that means that same call is calling in this case five numbers at the time. Because we set it up that way, five, you can go up to 28 numbers at the same time. But in this case, just five. The playlist is awesome.
Hello? Yes, good morning. Is Miss Patricia available? Okay, so in this case, the prospect just hung up. If you want to see if the property hung up instead of being like, hello, 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 there's a dialer pad, okay? So in this case, it's right here where it says phone status connected at the bottom right, okay? This corner right here. So if you click on this little arrow right here, it will keep the dialer open, okay? So whenever that you have a call, notice that these buttons will light up, okay? So the colors will show and the buttons will be active. So that means that you're in a call, okay? So whenever someone hang up, in these cases, the dialer just shows like this, okay? Completely turned out. So um, in these cases where the people doesn't say anything and just hung up, we can just set as wrong number because they just don't want to talk with us or they are just not willing to give any information to us or it's just a wrong number. Okay. So if we call again, we can get in trouble. So it's better to just double click wrong number. Okay.
Okay, so now what is happening right now is the background dialing. The system is dialing
Yes.
five numbers. So again, the first person that answers, same call is gonna give it to her. Okay, and then you.
Hello. Yes. Good morning. Is Mr. George? Hi, my name is Barbara. I'm calling in regards to the property in West State Street in Barberton. The reason I'm calling is because our company just bought a home in that area and we wanted to ask you if you're interested in selling. Oh, and when you happen to consider any offers or anything at the moment? Hmm. Uh, of course. And I'm sorry to ask, but do you happen to know anyone that might be selling at this time? Just okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a great day. So in this case, the prospect was like a really old man, and he was like, "No, I'm not interested. I just live here for a long time, but maybe if I'm interested, I'll give you a call." So in these cases, when the prospect doesn't ask you about your number or I don't know whatever information to contact you, okay? In these cases, it's just people that doesn't want to sell. For example, this person at the end before I hang up, he was like, these people just call me every day, like blah blah blah, and he didn't hang up the call, so I listened to everything. So he's really not interested in selling, but even though I just still use the rebuttals, okay? Like, well, will you happen to consider any cash offers? You know, just to we might change your mind, or what if we presented an out cash offer that you like? Will you consider selling? Things like that, okay? And if the person is still like, nah, I don't want to sell, or I want to do something first to the property, in these cases, just you can just go with, well, do you happen to know anyone selling at this time? Okay. So these people usually is sometimes rude whenever they don't want to sell, But if we take control of the calls, maybe they'll say like, you know what, maybe in a future, but not right now. I want to remodel, or I haven't decided what to do yet, but I'm open to offers. I might hear an offer just to consider. So they have several responses to what we said. In this case, the person is not really interested, so we just double click on not interested. Okay. And of course, we won't call them again. That when we call as not interested, with this post as not interested, it means that the system won't call them again. Okay. So double click and that's it. So I want to make a pause right here, just in case that anyone has any questions regards what I'm doing or what I'm saying right now. Silvana, any
Uh,
questions?
yeah, if we reach the voicemail, what should I say?
Okay, so for example, when you reach a voicemail, we have a recording, okay? We have a recording already set up just to avoid the agents just going again and again and again leaving voicemails, okay? So in case that you have a voicemail, let me open this one right here real quick. In case that you have a voicemail, you have to double click this button right here, okay? And that will send the voicemail recording, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. So, for example, in the case that you answer like hello, and you hear like you have reached a number that has been disconnected, okay? In those cases, you have to place on the notes a number disconnected and just place as wrong number in the case of this campaign, okay? So if you hear leave a voicemail after the tone and we'll reach you back. In those cases, just double click on voicemail and the system will close the lead as you see previously and it will leave a voicemail, okay? So whenever the person get the voicemail, they will call back. So if we're not available at the time, okay, we'll see this one right here on the call pad, okay? You have the check voicemail. This is the little blue square right here. If you click on it, you will see all the voicemails, okay? That someone leave or any voicemail that anyone has on the account, okay? So in this case, for example, let's say that I call this John Keenan, okay? And John Keenan was a voicemail. I leave a voicemail, okay? You double click, and we'll leave the recording for him. So in this case, this person doesn't have any contact information, you see? It's a really interesting case because it's a new profile, okay? Which means that we never talked with him before, but the system has been calling him. For for example, as Javier was telling, we call 5 people to 20 people at the same time, okay? And the first person that answer is the one that the system gives you, like like a talking person, okay? Even if it's a voicemail. So in this case, the person haven't been in touch with an agent before. So in this case, he left a voicemail. We can play the voicemail right here to see what he said, or download the audio, okay? If the person says, for example, don't call me again, I don't want to receive any more calls, you can click right here, okay, to add to the DNC and add it to DNC right here, okay, on this disposition as well. If, for example, the person is, yes, I receive a call from this number, please give me a call back. You just go to the profile, okay, just click on the blue link right here, the number, and click on the phone number, okay? And it will dial, just one click, and it will dial the phone number for you to talk with him. If it's a voicemail, again, you can just dispose as voicemail. So let's say that it goes to voicemail again, okay? But this time you call manually. So in this case, it means that an agent already seen the lead or the contact information, okay? So whenever you dispose a lead, this new profile sign will change to a profile number, okay? So whenever that you might need that profile number, you go to call log, that is right here, okay, call logs, and you will see all the people that you have called during the day, okay, during this day. So let's say that the last call was this George, okay? So he was uninterested in selling, and you dispose it after you finish your notes and everything, and you need the profile. So you go right here, call logs, and click right here, okay? And you will have the profile right here, and also the notes will be on this tab right here, okay? So let me show you an interested in selling. It will be something like this, okay? You have all the questions answered. For example, you copy and paste all the questions that we have on the format, okay? And you answer all the questions really calmly and ask everything to the owner. So after you have it right here, okay, um, you dispose and you will keep it right here every time, okay? These notes won't disappear at all. So that's why it's important to always have them here, just in case that you might need them. Um, in Ohio, we use Podio form, okay, which is a form to send the lead to the closers. In Texas, for example, Natasha is working in Texas, we use a button called reviewing, okay? So whenever we have a lead in Texas, we just copy and paste this one and send for review. But in Ohio, we have this form right here, which is the Ohio Cash Offer Leads, okay? So whenever someone answer all these questions, it's not listed, okay? It's really important that it's not listed with an agent, and they have a good price in mind and everything. You can send to Polio. So we have the seller name, okay, the phone number, the email if they gave it to you, the date that you're sending the lead, the address, the city, the state, zip code, and of course, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, okay? If it has a basement or an attic, okay, you can place a key, here like it has an attic, doesn't have a basement or unfinished basement, or you can just place, for example, yes, okay, it has a basement, no, it doesn't have a basement, or full basement plus attic. Garage, if it have it, yes or no. If the property is currently occupied, if the property is listed with a realtor, where in this case it always has to say no, okay, not listed. Property paid off means if they have any mortgage, okay? Did you pay for the property? All paid off. And as far as the additional notes, you can just copy all this, okay, and paste it right here. And it will have like a really detailed situation on the leads, okay, of what we're doing. On lead by, you have to write your name right here, and of course, click on another robot, okay, and submit. This cash offer leads is really easy to fill out. Um, so whenever you have a lead, only, okay, only when you have a lead. Otherwise, we don't fill out that form. So that one is only for the interested in selling. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, everything cool. Natasha, do you have any other question?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I
Yes.
hear you.
Oh, okay. Um, for example, the part of the basement. So do we have to ask the owners, like, does the house have a basement or an attic, or if they just tell us?
Okay, that's a really good question. Thank you. And
Mhm.
for example, when someone is telling you about the property, you know that sometimes people gets rude, like you should know about my property. Okay, so in order to look professional in those cases, you can go quickly to the address. So for example, we usually go to total view Okay. But during a call, if we don't have time, like the person is speaking really fast and they are speaking like, do you know anything about my house? Or, and you don't have anything open, okay, you go to the address real quick right here, look on Google, okay, remember to place Ohio, OH, okay, and go to the property. So, for example, in this case, we don't have the city, but and we don't have the zip code, okay. So in this case, you can guide for the property address 2635 Ohio, okay. So in this case, it's Cuyahoga Falls 44221, okay. This is the address. So, for example, if someone says, let's make an example right here. Do you know anything about my property? Oh, yes, of course. Give me a second. I just wanted to confirm the information I have. So you place Ohio real quick. Okay, so for example, does the property has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms still? Okay. There, the owner will know that you're looking at the property, okay, that you're talking with the records at hand, and they will be like more confident to talk with you. So in the cases that you have to ask about the basement, about the attic, okay, you can say like, well, has the property been remodeled recently? Any mortgage? Just continue, okay. And if you go here to the see more facts and features, okay, if you go right here, you will see that it says attic, okay. It doesn't say basement. It just says attic. So in these cases, you can say like, for example, um, is the attic finished at the moment or not yet? Okay, for example. And they might say, for example, yes, you know what, we added a bedroom on the attic, or yes, the attic is fully finished. And in these cases, you can say, for example, now that you have the information, you can say, sorry, but does the property has a basement? I don't see it on my records. Okay, it's a good way to ask. And they might say, no, it doesn't have any. It just had the attic. So as far as the garage, okay, the parking space. Um, this is really important to ask because sometimes the person just has a driveway, okay, to park. It doesn't have any garage. Or sometimes you see that it has a garage, but the owner says like, you know what, I converted the garage to an apartment. So in these cases, you always have to ask like, when you said the property has been remodeled, if they say yes or no, whatever, you have to say, well, does it still has the garage? Just in case that you see it here, okay? Like, does it have a garage, or you have only a driveway? Okay, just ask like that. Like, so let's make an example. This owner, I'm talking with the owner, correct? And he says, the property has 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and a half. Oh, okay, great. So the property is in excellent condition. Has it been remodeled? No, it doesn't have any remodelations at all, but it's all paid off in excellent conditions. Um, but no, I haven't made anything. Oh, okay, excellent. Well, the attic has been finished, in case you see it here, okay? Has the attic been finished at the moment, or is just unfinished? Oh no, the attic is finished. You know, I just added a bedroom, but it was several years ago. So, oh, okay, great. Well, does this property has a basement by any chance? I don't see it on my records. Or you can say, does the property has a basement and garage? And he might say, no, it doesn't have any garage or basement. It just has I don't know, a driveway where you can park. But it has an attic. It does has an attic. Sorry. So yes, you can continue the questions like that. Okay, with the records, so you have an idea. So remember that the records are not always like accurate. Okay, sometimes the owner had placed like 5 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, something like that. And in that case, they will tell you. Okay, so that's why it's important that we always confirm the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms, or if it has the garage, if it has anything, because sometimes the owner makes like apartments at the back. Sometimes they made apartments on the garage. They made apartments on the attic, on the basement. Okay, they use it for several things. So it's important that we always ask about them. Okay, but keeping in mind the records, just in case that that is not accurate. For example, there's houses that doesn't have any attic or basement, and if you ask about them, the owner will be like, but haven't you looked at the house? It doesn't have anything. So it's really important to have this at hand. So in cases that you don't have silo, okay, that might happen. You don't have silo, you can go, for example, to these websites, okay, Realty Track or Remax or Realtor, okay. But it's important to always keep in mind that the address has to be the same. So, for example, take a look at this one. It says the same address, but this one is in Michigan, okay, Port Horton, Michigan. So it's not the property. So remember that every time that you're looking on Google, you always have to make sure that the address is always the same for each website. Okay. So any other questions?
Yes, I have one. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. For example, Javier told me, for example, when we just say hello, we start
Mm-hmm.
like hello and the person's name,
Mm-hmm.
and then and if they say no, well, for example, hello Barbara, and you say no, and then I keep saying calling in regards to the property, and then they keep telling you I don't know what you're talking about, and then you say um for example, I'm saying in Texas, um okay, I work for a real estate investor, so do you maybe have any properties for sale in Texas? In this case, it would be Ohio. So in this case, do we do the same thing? Because I saw that in the calls you were saying like I'm looking for ta ta ta, or do we
Yes.
say like hello the name like
Yes.
right away?
Good question. So, for example, it depends on the strategy and the way that the person answers. Okay. For example, when you hear an old lady, let's make an example, you hear an old lady on the phone and they're like, hello, like that. Sometimes it's better to say, like, oh, hello, Miss Natasha, for example. Okay. So it's important that if they are an old people, we add Miss or Mister because sometimes they get offended, like, I'm Miss Natasha. What is wrong with you? Okay. So, for example, that's a really good point because we always have to start with hello, Michael. Hello, Joseph. Okay. So that way the person is like you're sounding secure, okay, about who you're looking for. In case that someone said like hello, who do you want to speak with directly and you haven't said anything, you can say something like, "Oh, yes, sorry, I'm looking for Miss Michael, Mr. Michael," or you can say, "Hello, may I speak with Mr. Michael or with Michael?" Okay, or Mr. Graham, for example. Okay, so there are several ways to start a call. It's just the way that the person speak with you. Okay, so if, for example, you don't hear anything, you can say, "Hello, Michael," and if you hear a response like no, sorry, I'm calling in regards to the property at 123 Sesame Street. No, this is not my address. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. But the reason I'm calling is because our company just bought a home in that area, and we wanted to ask you real quick if you might happen to know anyone selling at this time. So that's a good way to get a wrong number to give you information, okay? Just in case that they don't hang up, because sometimes they you say like, no, you have the wrong number. What are you talking about? And hang up, okay? But if you can continue with the call, You can go like that. Depends on what the person is saying. So, for example, if someone says, "Hello," you can say, "Yes, hi, Miss Michael, Mr. Michael." No, sorry, you have the wrong number. Oh, sorry, I was calling in regards to a property in 123 Sesame Street. No, 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 that's not my address. Oh, sorry, but I was calling because I work with a real estate company and we wanted to ask you if you know anyone that might be selling, or maybe we just bought a home nearby that area and we wanted to ask if you were selling that property. No, but that property is not mine. Oh, well, but do you happen to know anyone selling at this time in Ohio? No, not really. No, I don't know anyone. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, but it's just a way to follow the conversation. In my case, most of the time people speaks like hello, something like that. Okay, just real, or they just say hello, good morning, and I just go with yes, hi, may I speak with Mr. Michael? Oh yes, this is him, or no, he's not available. May I take a message? Okay. Or if they say, "Who are you looking for?" Just straight away. You can say, "Yes, hi, I was looking for Mr. Michael." Okay. So there are several ways to speak with someone when you're starting a call, but it's just starting the rapport. Okay. So for example, if someone speaks like, "Hello, who do you want to speak with?" and you say, "Hello, Michael," it's gonna be like, what? Okay. So it's important that you always listen to the call, okay? So it just depends on the way that it goes when you hear the beep, okay? You hear the beeping sound, and if you don't hear anything, hello, Michael. Or if someone says like, "Hello, good morning," yes, good morning. May I speak with Mr. Michael? Okay, just depends on the way that the call goes. So remember that it's always a matter of building rapport. Okay, rapport. So the connection, okay, the connection with the prospect for them to say yes or no, or inquire more about what you're doing. Okay. So as far as any campaign that you're working with, the main objective is saying, making people to say yes. Okay, just that. Yes, I'm interested in selling. Gather the questions and send it to either review or Podio, depending on which campaign are you working with. So, everything good, Natasha, or you have another question?
Um, well, I just wanted to confirm, like the script, uh,
Yes.
is like the same for Texas. The only thing is that we
Yes.
confirm the attic or the basement or that.
Yes. Yes, it's all the same. Everything is the same. You have to open the call with the same script, answer all the questions and everything. And yes, that's the only difference. You have to be aware of the property having an attic or garage or anything like that. Okay, so yes, that's the only difference. But overall, everything is the same. Okay, same call. Dispositions. Well, dispositions are a little bit different. In Texas, we have like a lot more dispositions than this,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, it's
Okay.
pretty much the same. Okay, everything is the same.
Oh, wait, and can you the Podio, well, the thing we have to fill the cash offer leads in Ohio, is that, are you gonna send the link or can we find it in Xencall?
No, I'm going to send the link.
Okay, okay. And so we feel everything and then we just sent interested in selling, and do we also have to say in the chat like review, or is it like just lead?
No, in the case of Ohio, it's just lead. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, okay, for example, if you don't know if someone is overpriced, or if you can find an information for any property when you're filling the answers, whatever question that you might have, okay, you can say like, "Hello, I have a question in Ohio regards a lead." or something like that, okay? Or hey, can you help me with a lead in Ohio? I can find this. And if we need to hear the audio, um, you can place as not available in the meantime so the QA can hear the audio and help you out with it, okay? But if you're sure that it's a lead, like you have all the details and everything, just send it to Polio and say lead Ohio, okay? And that's it. So in the case of Texas, you have to click on review and place the profile on the Discord chat. But as far as Ohio, it's just sending to Polio and saying lead, okay? So, Silvana, do you have any question?
Yeah, so when we get a lead, so we need to copy and paste all that information on the Discord chat, right? Or just the profile, the telephone
No.
number or name.
Okay, that's a really good question. So, as far as Ohio, okay, let's say that you got an interested in selling person, okay? So you have the all the information here. You send it to Podio, okay, to the form, and after this, you have to say only lead, okay? So let me show you. For example, right here, okay, you see that I said lead Ohio, okay, and that's it. And the person, the QA or the manager will count the lead with the other ones, okay? In the case of Texas, you have to place the person as interested in selling, copy the profile, okay? Uh, and just send to review, like paste it here and place review. So of course it has to be on review right here, but that's the other campaign, okay? So as far as Ohio, you always have to gather all the information, click on interested in selling, okay? You go to call logs, look for the lead, and fill the polio, okay? You fill the polio form and set lead Ohio. And then you can just close right here, close the tab, and continue with the calls, okay? So this campaign is really easy as well. It just, as long as you have all the questions answer, like as soon as you have the answers, everything is really easy to fill out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so everything cool so far?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Natasha, everything good? Hello, Natasha?
Hello?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Yes, everything's fine. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna take a few more calls so you can see. Oh, and remember, Silvana, that every time that you're gonna make a call, okay, you have to be on ready mode, because otherwise the system won't call, okay? And remember that break mode is whenever you want to go to the bathroom to get some lunch, or whenever you're doing whatever other thing that is not related, okay? So every time that you're taking a break, okay, mostly is break mode, and ready when you're taking calls. So break mode, and whenever you place it, it will show you like a chronometer right here, okay? And it will count the time that you're using per day, okay? So if, for example, let's say that I go to the bathroom right now, I went to the bathroom and it was 5 minutes, for example, 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. And then I go back to ready mode. Okay. The chronometer will pause. Okay. That chronometer will pause. And let's say, for example, I go to lunch at 1 p.m. Okay. I place on break again, and the system will start counting from the 5 minutes that you left it. Okay, so at the end of the day, when you close the system and everything, that you finish your shift, you have to go to the Google Sheet. Okay, and take the amount of break that you have right here. Okay, the total break time, and place it on the Google Sheet where it says break. That is in order to keep track of what we're doing. So I'm gonna make some more calls. I'm gonna change to ready. So you see right here that it says dialing in 5, 4, and then it will set background dialing. So let's wait. Okay, so it's background dialing, and let's wait for a call. It takes around 30 seconds to a minute. Sometimes it's just immediately. Let's wait a little. So in this case, the system is a little bit slow, but sometimes it takes like really short time to make calls. Right now, it's taking up to a minute, I think. Hello? Yes, why I'm looking for Miss Linda Barth. My name is Barbara. I'm calling in regards to the property in Woodwood. Yes, the reason I'm calling is because our company recently bought a home in that area, and we wanted to ask you if you're interested in selling to set an offer. Oh, okay. Do you have an offer in mind? 360? 360? Okay, and the mortgage is how much? 210. Okay. So, can I ask you a few questions? Like, has the property been remodeled? Okay, fully remodeled inside and outside, or? Mm-hmm. Okay, so just the inside. Perfect. Okay, and you replace everything like tiles and roof, or? Okay. Okay, everything new. And it has, okay, and it has 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, correct? Okay, you have it listed with any website so I can take a look? Okay. All right, let me take a look. Is with Steve Codwell? Okay, perfect. All right, I'll take a look at everything, and if anything, I'll call the realtor. Okay, I can call you. Are you under exclusive contract or just independent? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, perfect. So you're able to drop the contract if needed? Okay. Can you tell me how long have you owned that property for? 13 years. Okay, perfect. Well, anything else that you would like to tell me about the property that I need to be aware of? Okay. Well, what is the reason for selling the property, if I may ask? That what is the reason for selling the property, if I may ask? Okay. Okay. Well, is this a yes? Mhm. Oh, okay. Well, is this a good number to reach you with the numbers and everything ready? Okay, perfect. And can I call you back anytime? All right, perfect. Thank you very much. I'll be calling you back to this number. All right. Have a great day. Bye bye. Okay, so let's take a look at this property. It's a really, really curious case. Okay. So, for example, it says that the estimate, okay, which is the price that is for sale, okay, right now is listed with an agent. You see, it says Steve Caldwell from Howard Hanna. But let's place, for example, 384, okay. She's asking 360 with mortgage and everything. So right now the property is not occupied. She said that it was for bedrooms and three baths. You can just fill out everything when you're talking, but I prefer to just listen first and then answer all the questions. Okay. So the property has been remodeled and it doesn't have any major repairs. So let's say, for example, in this case, the property doesn't have any attic or basement. Okay. So it doesn't have anything like that. So this is a condominium, okay? So it means that the property doesn't have any garage or anything like that. Um, yes, right here. You see? Attached garage. So it has a private pool, you see? So you can place these descriptions right here. For example, touch.
Uh,
Yes.
can I ask something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the customer said that she was asking like 360 or something, but
Mm-hmm.
in Zillow says that it's 384. So,
Yes.
yeah,
But
is it a good lead or is that
yes,
too much?
yes, it is. That is a perfect lead. The lower the price, the better. Okay. So, if, for example, if she's asking $100,000 and the estimate is 384, I mean that's a really awesome lead. Okay. So she wants to sell the property because she needs the money. Okay. And the property address, you can just copy and paste, for example, the property address right here. Um, Now I'm going to explain something really curious with this lead, okay? Right away. So let's finish the notes. You see that it doesn't have any occupied. Um, so I'm going to place an extra note right here. The So let's take a look at this one. Um, this person, okay, I'm gonna set as interested in selling, and then go back to call log. You see? So as far as this person, she has a realtor. Okay. You see that the property is for sale. Okay. First of all, the property is completely for sale. It's listed with an agent. It says right here, Steve Caldwell from Howard Hanna. And she also said it's listed. Okay. But usually in these cases, we just gather the information like, oh, I'm going to go to the website and if anything, I'll call the realtor. Okay. But in this case, she told me, "Oh no, call me, because the realtor is my cousin. He's just making the listing, okay? He's just doing me a favor, but you can call me. I don't have any problems with the contract." So I told her, "Oh, okay. Well, if needed, is it possible to drop the contract?" Okay, and she said, "Yes, I can do it all by myself, no issues. I'm able to drop the contract." Okay. So in these cases where the realtor is the like the cousin or the brother or I don't know the husband, and they say I can do all the business myself, I don't need any realtors or anything, I will drop the contract, we can send it, okay? Because the person is like you know what, I don't care about the real estate agent, I just want to sell, okay? So just copy and paste the number, the name, sorry, the number, okay, Email, well, she didn't provide any email. So in this case, we have February the 1st. The address, you have to copy this one, okay? City, it's Akron, State, Ohio. So in my case, I already filled out several times this form. So I have several answers right here, like the system memorizes whatever that you already placed. So it's gonna be really fast once you fill out like a lot of leads. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms. Doesn't have any basement. Okay, has a garage. The property is not occupied. Yes, but will drop contract if needed. Okay. Paid off is not paid off. It has a mortgage. Okay. So we copy this and paste it right here. So this is to get like a really good detail about what we talk about the property or anything. Okay. Is So the realtor is her cousin, so if needed, she will drop the contract, okay, and do everything herself. So in these cases, we can send it, okay. If the person said, "I'm open to hear an offer," okay, lower numbers, and I'm open to drop the contract. I'm willing to drop the contract if needed. I don't need them. In these cases, it's really good, okay, because we can send it. You can copy and paste the website, okay, for the person, so we can have where it's listed, okay. So I'll send the lead, and that's it, okay. It always has to say thank you. We will get back as soon as possible. That means that the lead got to the closer, okay. So you can keep going, just close the lead, and that's it. Any questions regards this one? I'm gonna make a pause right here so I can answer whatever that you may have.
Um, can you hear me?
Yes.
Um, so for example, in Texas, whenever they say or whenever I see on Zillow that it's listed, I like the first thing I ask is like, are you willing to drop the contract? Like I don't like no matter what they said before, like if it's their cousin or not, like if they
Mm-hmm.
just say they're listed, I like right away like ask if they're willing to drop the contract. Is that okay? Like to see if
Okay.
it's a lead.
Well, that is a good strategy as well. Remember that sometimes the properties are not listed anymore. Okay. There are some weird cases, but it happens that the owner had it listed with I don't know, Coldwell Bankers, for example, and they dropped the contract like yesterday, for example. They didn't want to sell with the realtor anymore, and they just dropped it. But the realtor hasn't been able to drop the website, okay, the listing. So in these cases, for example, what I do, I ask them like, do you have it listed with a realtor? In case that I see it, for example, for sale on Zillow, okay, I ask them like, oh, have do you have it listed with a realtor? And they're like, you know what, I had the property listed, but not anymore. I'm just doing the business by myself. Okay. But it's a really good strategy. What you're doing is really good because that makes you like really secure in what you're doing. Okay. So you can either say, will you be able to drop the contract? Are you willing to drop the contract? Or you can say, is the property listed with a realtor on any website? Okay. Either one is fine. As soon as you get the response, if it's yes, it's listed, you can call the realtor. In those cases, we said, okay, well, we'll gather all the information on the website, and if anything, we'll call the realtor. Okay. If they say, okay, perfect, thank you. then we disregard. Okay, but if they say, you know what, I'm willing to drop the contract, no, just call me back. I'll do all the business myself. I don't care about the realtor. In those cases, we can send it. Okay, and of course, as long as they are willing to also lower the price a little bit. Okay, remember that the offers that we give are under market value. Okay, so it's important that they always have like a price drop. Okay, like well, is the price negotiable? If they say no, the price is fixed, we don't take anything less. Oh, okay, sure. You just keep answering whatever, and then just disregard. Okay, because we don't take same market price.
Okay.
Okay, so any
So,
other questions?
so for example, the property is worth 280 and they ask for 280, so that's immediately, and if they say it's not negotiable, so that's immediately disregard.
Well, it depends. You can ask, for example, in the main chat, is the property good? Is the price good? Okay, something like that. But we
Okay.
usually don't take people that has the same market price. I
Okay.
mean, the ones that is disregard for sure are the dead leads, the ones that are like over market price. But sometimes we can take people with the same market price. It just depends on what they're doing.
Okay.
So, Silvana, any other question?
No, I'm good so far.
Okay. All right. So, remember that we'll have the video for this training. We'll get it to you as soon as possible, so you can take a look and see if you have any other questions regarding whatever. You can ask us on the Discord chat. Okay. Remember that we're always on Discord. We're here to help you and to answer whatever that you may need. Okay. So, Silvana, it's great to have you here. Welcome aboard. Okay. And remember, any questions that you may have, just go ahead and ask. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, more than welcome. Thank you, Silvana. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Barbara. You're doing wonderful. Everybody does. So thank you, guys. So I'm gonna send you a video in a few minutes. Okay. In the middle time, I'm gonna send credentials to Natasha. Can you hear me, Natasha?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm gonna send you the credentials. Okay. That how you just doing great. Okay. So and then Silvana, I'm gonna send you the video. Okay. Okay, guys.
Okay, okay.
Thanks for the attendance. Have a beautiful, successful day. Today is gonna be great. We love you guys. We are. It is an honor to have you all of here working with you, with us. You guys are amazing. Please keep it out, and I'll be right here for you.
Thank you very much, Javier.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Natasha. Thanks, Silvana, and thanks.
Bye.
Thank
Thanks to you.